here, and the original intention was to do an unboxing video for this, but check the video, light from the window was making it so you couldn't really see anything. There was so much glare, which halfway through I was like, oh, it looks like it's doing that, but I wasn't sure, so I finished it and it did. So anyways, we're not going to necessarily do the unboxing, but that's really just me taking everything out. Everything's already out, so let's go ahead and do this. This is the G560 speaker system from Logitech. I've been saving up for this for a while. It's one of the things that I've wanted to kind of complete my rig. I actually use all of the Logitech equipment. I've tried other brands like Corsair, the keyboards and the mice, and it just doesn't feel right to me. I love the feel of especially the G703 mouse from Logitech, but I use the keyboard. I actually have the power play with the G703. I've done reviews for those products, but this is to complete the rig. I have the ROG 34-inch ultra-wide monitor as well, and that only has 2-watt speakers on it. So in certain instances, the speakers are fine. I can watch YouTube videos and all of that, and I have the headset. I have the Logitech headset, so I'll use that on occasion. But wearing a headset for a long time just gives me a headache, so I try not to do it as much. And if there's somebody in the house and there's some other noise and I'm trying to play a game, a lot of times I can't really hear as much just because those speakers aren't super powerful. With this being the 240-watt speaker system here, this is gonna pump out a good amount of sound. So like I said, I'm very, very excited for this. We'll showcase everything really quick, and then we'll take it upstairs and we'll actually get it going, and we'll do a sound test, and we'll actually check out the Lightsync with these speakers as well. So talking about the speakers here, speakers, they have some weight to them, right? They feel quality. In terms of the build, it feels very, very durable. On the top here, we have the Logitech button up and down for volume. On the back here, you have a Bluetooth button, a power button, and then an auxiliary input here. So if you want to plug in a headset. With this, they say that you can actually connect up to 4 devices to this as well. So down the road, I'll check that out because I'll most likely be doing a video review for this. So I'll check that out and talk about that in the review. Now this actually links up to this or connects to this via like a VGA cable with this, which I thought was quite interesting. But this is the other speaker as well. It has it labeled on here. So this is the right speaker, so you can actually see left and right channels here. Then we have the subwoofer here, but you also have the plug-in. So this actually connects to your computer via USB. And then they have their, like, it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to call it like a proprietary deal, but it's their USB, micro USB connector here, which has the teeth on it. The good news is you could, if this gets lost, you can just use a regular micro USB here, but this actually kind of grips into the object. This is what comes with the power play, and it comes with the wireless mice that Logitech has. So that's how you actually connect this to the computer. And then just behind this, we just have a power cable. Here though, you can see the Lightsync. Curious to try that out. We'll test this with 2 games. I'm gonna try and play Subnautica and Red Dead Redemption. We'll see what happens with those 2. So this does have the 4 lighting zones, but with this, it's actually supposed to, they tout it as a more immersive experience because the light itself is supposed to mimic lighting that's going on in the game or the coloring that's going on in the game. So if you can see it here, if it's extremely blue on this side because you have the sky, it's that. If we have some fire going on, this. I'm curious to see, 1, if it works, and then 2, is it immersive or is it distracting? I don't know yet, so we'll see. So let's go ahead and cut up to this. We'll have it all set up. Last note on this, by the way, it just comes with warranty information and warning information, a sticker. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, and then just a little thing here that is a thank you. The actual instructions on how to set this all up are actually on the inside flap of the box here. So when you open this up, that's actually what's showing you how you'll get this all set up right here. So really, really good use of the boxing here, so you don't have an extra piece of paper, but it's not complicated is the other thing. So it shouldn't be super hard to set up. But let's go ahead and cut to upstairs when I have this all set up on my rig, and we'll showcase the lighting and the sound. All right, so we are all set up here. Setup was actually pretty easy, just plugging everything in, right? Running my cords through my grommets, and then the left one actually didn't initially light up when I got everything set up. So I actually just unplugged the subwoofer, plugged it back in, and it turned on, and then it was good to go. Now, USB is plugged into the back of my tower here, so all of that was super easy. Dealing with the software was a little bit more difficult. So I have the old Logitech software, trying to rummage through that to get it to go, and it wouldn't actually do what I wanted it to do. So did a little bit of research. I didn't know that they have this beta out for their updated software, so I went ahead and downloaded that. And I actually like the look of it. It's a much cleaner looking piece of software here. So now you can actually tweak everything from here versus the old software, which I don't even know if I have that pulled up. I do not. And here you get to change everything. So you get to go, right now I'm on a screen sampler, right? And I have that unlocked. We can put it on a fixed color here. You get to change whatever that color is gonna be, which is really, really cool. A lot of times my stuff's all set to red, so I might just leave it on that for the most part. And now you're dealing with the two different color zones too. You're dealing with front and back. So now we have the front and the back lit up with that. So that, we have the color cycle that we can do. You can change that, and I like the fact that you could actually change front and back dependent upon that. So we have a fixed color on the front and then cycling on the back, or we could change both of them. We can have a breathing color if we wanted to. You can change that color. Let's go for purple. So that is very, very cool with the different effects that you can do, changing the rate of cycling if you wanted to, right? And then it's displaying actually what it's doing on here, which is really, really cool. Now, turn them off if you want. The harder part here is screen sampling is something that I'm gonna have to spend more time with. The old software, it gave you a list of games that was supported. I tried those games and it didn't work. It was actually clicking me into a 16:9 ratio as well, because this is a 21:9 aspect ratio monitor. It was clicking me into the 16:9, so updating the new software has helped with that, but I noticed all the games that was doing that. I actually had to change the sample boxes as well. So if we go in here to edit, you get to pull these to wherever you want them to be. But I've noticed with a lot of games, this being in the corner, at least for right now, has caused me a little bit of a hiccup with this. So I've pulled them in a little bit more so that it is almost more inside that 16:9 aspect ratio. We can close that down. Then you can lock that effect too, so it won't try and do anything else. Advanced settings are really just color boost. So you can actually boost that all the way up, so it'll be a brighter color. We can go in here and do an equalizer. You can change the acoustics. You can give assignments to things, which is crazy to me. Which I'm not gonna mess with that. That's just too much for this. What I can tell you, and this is the rest of it, it looks phenomenal with how much better this looks compared to the old software. But what I can tell you is that, and now it's screen sampling, you can see, we got the green in the corner, we got more yellow over here, we got blue for the sky. But the audio itself is phenomenal. So we're actually gonna go ahead and boot up Subnautica Below Zero here. Red Dead, I'm not gonna get to work. It does this download thing where it actually runs into a hiccup and I have to spend a bunch of time trying to get that to actually re-download. So we're not gonna mess with that today. But as you can see, as it boots up, it goes right into the color there. And let's just go into creative mode. The sound is phenomenal. This thing is incredibly loud. You can tweak the acoustics. I've heard complaints from some people where they're like, it just has too much bass to it. You can tweak that stuff. Just the little bit that I've been able to play, the bass sounds fine to me. If anything, I would say I would want a little bit more bass. But I haven't done anything in the cinematic yet. The channel, having the two different speakers here, and how it's actually giving you that sound is very, very good. Creates a more immersive experience here. So I'm not gonna try and mess with going to a new location here. We're just gonna zoom there. So I'm gonna increase the volume here. So we're at about 50%. I haven't tweaked anything on my monitor. I've done everything in the software, so I don't know if that's gonna have any effect on it, but that's 50%. This is gonna get really loud. So that's 100%. And at this point, I'm having to yell just to talk over this. So this is a very powerful speaker set. Let's go over here though. Let's see some of the different colors that we can see. And now you're seeing that color change. I have read a couple of the people saying, and we'll see if it'll pop in now, or because it's trying to screen sample, right, which is awesome, it may be a little bit delayed. I have seen that from some people. It seems to go pretty well, but every now and then I do notice that, yeah, it lags behind a little bit. So, but regardless, that's really, really cool, right? Let's go to crash ship. So now we're in a deeper blue, and then this will change as we get closer. Starts getting more orange, right? So you can see that difference here. And I'm playing, this is full sun in here. So at night it's going to look a lot better. Than this. And I'll actually do a sample video layered over this stuff where it just showcases this at night so you guys can see what this actually looks like when you can see the colors kind of popping a lot more. So as we change here now, that changes it a little bit, right? If I bring the fog, the water volume off of this, but as you can see, this looks really, really cool. Bring that back on. More green now. There it is. And I want to do one more spot in this game. For anybody that doesn't play Subnautica or Subnautica Below Zero, by the way, I definitely recommend this game. This is an early access game. The first one is phenomenal. Now we can get like purples and greens and stuff like that in here. Let's see what it does. So that's one thing I've noticed. Like, I have to get incredibly close for this to change to that purple, right? There we go. But that is very, very cool that it does that at all, right? I haven't seen this with any other products. They may be out there, I just don't know about them, but very cool. Sound quality is amazing just right off the bat. The screen sampling, it's going to take some work. I got some other tweaks that I want to do with it. Took a little bit longer to set up. I definitely recommend updating to the new Logitech hub there. That's way easier to navigate. It's just a cleaner application. So that is it. That was the unboxing. That was the testing here. This looks phenomenal. In a couple weeks, I'll have a review. I want to sit with this and actually kind of let this run for a while and utilize this on my PC before I just say this is amazing or anything like that. That way I can kind of sort out any different problems that people may have with them. For instance, trying to get this linked up, and then some of the I wouldn't call it stuttering, but like lag that some people are talking about that they're having with the color from the game going to the actual speakers themselves. So that is it, everybody. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all of my content, please hit the subscribe button for me. Like I said, I'll have that in the next couple weeks, so you guys can look forward to that. I know there are a lot of other reviewers out there that have already done reviews for this stuff. So I'm coming at it from like the average gamer's perspective with this as well. But I'm hoping to do more reviews in the future, but really from that perspective of just the average gamer. And like I said, I had to save up for these for the year just because they're not cheap. I did get these on a Black Friday sale though for 120 bucks versus the 200 that they normally go for. So I am stoked that I did get it on a sale. So that is it. Like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Check back soon for more videos.